Thursday is Basketball Media Day for men and women. That's at 12:15. We hope you can attend. Friday night, baseball has their exhibition with Texas A&M at 6 o'clock, and this weekend, Conference USA Cross Country Championships in Florida. So good luck to those teams. And with that, we have Coach.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here, and want to thank you for coming even on these cloudy days outside with all the raindrops falling. It's always good to have you guys here, and I appreciate you all covering us the way you do week in and week out. The game Saturday didn't go the way we wanted it to. You know, it's disappointing to lose a football game, and that's something I'm stressing to our team continually, is losing is not okay. It should not feel good. It should hurt. And it should make you want to work that much harder. And that's exactly what we're trying to do right now. I know the work that our coaches and our players put in every week. They are really doing what they can to find a way to win games. And they're coming back and attacking this week the exact same way. When you watch the tape from Saturday, you can't help but notice some good things. We started out fast, the way we want to as a football team, that I think is very important. Offense took the opening drive. Right down the field, 12 plays, 75 yards, took about 7.5 minutes to clock off, and then defense got a couple stops, which was really good to see. And, that was really positive. That was something we needed to do. I felt like our offense needed to come out and show our football team that they had a pulse, and they did that, and went down the field, and it was great. So those are the small things that we're seeing, the progress that we're seeing. Again, we know it's a zero-sum business. There is no question in our mind about that. A couple players really stood out. You got a couple of them here today that you'll get a chance to talk to, and E.G. and Jordan. I think those guys are really coming. They're getting better and better every week. This is the second week in a row that E.G.'s made a huge difference in the middle, and that's something that you notice right now with our defense as people are struggling to run the ball between the tackles, and he's a big reason why. Another positive from the game is the amount of young guys that are stepping in to critical roles for us and doing some big things. And, we had 10 true freshmen play in that game, 5 of which started, and the moment didn't seem too big for them. In almost all the cases, they went in there and lined up beside these guys, like Jordan and E.G., and just played football the right way. So that was great to see. The experience they're getting right now is priceless. It's priceless for them, and ultimately it will be priceless for our program. And for everybody who's coming back, the experience we're getting right now is going to pay dividends. I thought it was one great thing to take away from the game is that we played penalty-free. And I can't remember the last time I was part of a team that had 0 penalties. I think it's a testament to these guys and their discipline, the disciplined manner in which they're playing, and the techniques their coaches are teaching them. And they're putting those into effect, and that's really good. I'm pleased with the effort. I'm pleased with the effort these guys are putting forward. I'm pleased with the way they continue to fight. I talked to Coach Davis after the game, Coach Butch Davis, and complimented him on his team and the plays that they're making. And all he wanted to talk about is how hard our kids played and how he knew that was exactly how they play based on film. So that stuff makes me proud of our guys tremendously. Obviously, things we got to get cleaned up, techniques we got to continue to improve on. But happy with how they're working and happy with their heart, the heart that they're putting into this game. Next opponent, going on the road to play North Texas. I think Seth Luttrell is doing a fabulous job there, what he's done to that program, how he's turned it around in 3 years, from winning the West last year to being in position to have a shot at doing it again this year. Offensively, they're scoring almost 40 points a game. Mason Fine was the conference preseason offensive player of the year. He's a gritty kid that makes throw after throw. He keeps fighting. He's tough as nails. Every time you think he's down and hurt, he just pops right back in and finds a way to get the ball downfield to one of his great receivers, and they got a gaggle of them, just guys that make plays down the field. So that would be a great challenge for us. But if we can do a great job finding a way to get hits on Mason, covering those passes, those deep balls down the field, and setting the edge on these perimeter runs, and I believe in what we're doing right now. Again, we're addressing things the right way. So if we can start fast, stay focused, and finish strong, we'll have a chance in that fourth quarter to win this ball game. Those are the challenges that we have to keep advancing to our guys as coaches this week. And if it doesn't get run right in practice, we have to run it again. We have to run it again. We got to fix those things. We can't let those things continue to be reoccurring problems. But again, start fast, stay focused, finish strong, and be happy. With that, I'll open up for any questions.
Can you talk a little bit about that North Texas offense and the challenges it presents?
I mean, it's just dynamic. I mean, it's dynamic, but I really believe it all starts with him. You know, with Mason Fine. I think he's such a scrapper. I think he does more than you think he can with his legs, but just his ability to stay in there and find a way to get the ball downfield to those receivers is so impressive.
And you talked a little bit about the freshmen already, but maybe what are as a coaching staff, what are the challenges and also the reward of getting to see these guys action like this?
Yeah, I mean, the challenges are simple. Anytime you put a freshman into a college football game, it's that scene in a horror movie where that girl's about to turn the corner and you know the guy is there, okay? And you're like, no, wait! You know, it's like that's what you want to be able to say to these freshmen. And sometimes they have to live those moments. You know, experience is the best teacher. It's the mother of all learning. So it's not always going to go perfect. What I'd say to you is, have the freshmen been perfect when they've been inserted into games? Absolutely not. But they've had the courage to utilize the techniques their coaches want and to fire their gun. Go try to make the plays that are there for them. And that's been encouraging to see.
What did you think about Marshman, particularly in the first drive and his progress to this point? Where he's in that?
He had me extremely fired up after that first drive. He had me fired up before the game. I think our whole team rallied around Evan. I think our team loves him. I love him. And I loved watching him prepare all week, and I loved what he did for us on that drive. When things weren't perfect, he'd pull the ball down and go get us a first down with his feet. But he still passed for 73% on the day and just some big-time stuff. But the leadership, the intangibles that he has, I'd love to hear what Jordan says to you when he's up here because I think he's easy to follow. You know, after the second touchdown, he hurt his finger, and he's kind of going to be week to week at this point. We'll see where this goes.
You mentioned earlier about the mid-season youth of this team starting to pivot now. Before the season started, spring drills in the fall, was that something that you would put on the board and said, okay, week to week, we're looking to see what this position is, what this kid is, and somewhere along the line, not so much of a contribution, but won a game for you?
You know, actually, no. That was not something that was planned out in terms of, like, let's get these freshmen here. What was planned since the moment we started recruiting any of them is we sat in their living room and promised them this would be a meritocracy. You will get everything you earn. And that's really how it was in their living room. I told our team that in our first team meeting we had back in December when I took the job. And that's just the way it's been. I had no predetermined, let's see if we can have 5 freshmen starting by game 7 or 10 or none of that at all in my mind. I knew that we liked the signing class and we thought there were some talented kids. But, you know, I don't think ever playing this many freshmen is really good in a college football season. I think it will be long-term for us, but I hope we never have to do it again.
What do you like from Gray and quarterback?
With Wiley, I think Wiley's earned the trust of our coaching staff and of his teammates. What he's done from the moment he got here in the summer, the way he's worked. Cool story about Wiley is even before the freshmen reported in June, he organized like 7 or 8 of them to throw in Dallas with our playbook. You know, so he got them together at maybe at his high school and had throwing sessions. So his leadership has been great, but honestly, like, kid's got an awesome arm, and you know he's delivering the ball in places it needs to be and doing some great things right now. And you know, if it is Wiley, that's the direction we're going right now, we're probably going to play up to 4 quarterbacks. You know, you could see Jackson Tyner. You're going to see Austin Trammell at quarterback. And I saw you look at me there, Nate. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see Austin back there. And if you've never seen Austin launch a ball, he can throw that thing about 60 yards. Austin's kind of good at life. He reminds me of, not comparing him to, but reminds me of Christian McCaffrey. Nothing's too big for him. He just kind of jumps out there and does it. And then another guy that's going to jump in the game at quarterback for us is Juma. And Juma played quarterback at Arlington Martin last year, passed for over 1,000 yards. Another kid that can throw it pretty good. So it's not just going to be just the quarterback-driven runs. When Juma's in there, we're going to have confidence in him to throw it down the field as well.
He asked JP asked about Wiley. I noticed something about him. He seems to have a little bit of swagger.
The kid has some swagger. He really does, yeah. Wiley is another one that's easy to follow. You know, it's something you want at the quarterback position. You know, it's something I always try to look for when I hire coaches. I want coaches to be the ones that are those natural leaders, but it's something you surely want at the quarterback position as well.
You know, when you draw up your ideal situation, you probably never have 3 different
That's another thing that's not planned. Yeah, that's true.
How do you, as coaches, handle the continuity of an offense with so many pieces going in and out?
So the continuity piece is, I'm not going to say it's overrated because I do believe in that. I think that's awesome when you can have it. I think the way Coach Mack addressed the offense yesterday is the way you have to, and it's always going to be next man up. But anytime you have a next man up, especially at that position, everybody has to tighten their belts. Everybody has to play better and do your job that much better to make that person comfortable so they can do their job. Now, to go further into your conversation, not the continuity part, but just in terms of game planning with three vastly different quarterbacks in three different weeks, consecutive weeks, we spent a lot of time together as an offensive staff and pulled some great ideas from Coach Mack. Some things Coach Sabota and Coach Best have done different places. Because, with me, Coach Picasso, and Coach Ashfield, there's a little academic inbreeding. We kind of think the same in terms of the West Coast Stanford model. So it's great to get other ideas in there.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you guys again.
The season's not going exactly how we want it to go, but the biggest thing that I'm taking from this season is that we just can't get comfortable with losing. That's something that will never be accepted here, and that's the culture that we're trying to implant within this program. And that's going to continue to go on, week out. We're going to continue to work to win no matter what, no matter who we're going against. And that's just something that we're eventually going to get going with. And clearly hasn't been going out throughout this season. But like I said, we're just going to keep working week on and week out. Now, with that being said, leave it open for any questions.
Was last week game maybe a confidence builder for this offense as a whole? So getting back to scoring and a little bit?
2 weeks ago, we kind of, within 2 weeks, we only scored 3 points. That kind of was a confidence killer. Getting back out there with Evan coming out with being his first time starting, coming out scoring with us, helping us drive the ball down the field, even having Wiley come in, make some nice completions every once in a while. That did give us some confidence. Even with all those freshmen there, it gives us kind of hope that okay, we do have young people here, but we can get something going with this. And I think that's a big thing for us right now is confidence, because having a record that we have right now, you can easily just put your head down and kind of be like, okay, let me just roll over and just kind of try to finish the season. But with what we did last week, it kind of showed that, all right, we can put something underneath us and we can keep going forward and keep trying to be the best we can be each week to try to get a win.
What is the one thing you can take from the FIU game that you can take into the North Texas game? You saw something on Sunday, you saw something tonight, and we're going to do it again, or we can add to what we build here?
Biggest thing is that we do have the pieces to put drives together. Like I was saying earlier, 2 weeks ago we didn't seem to be able to put pieces together. But with the young guys that we have now on the O-line, back at quarterback, we have talented receivers, talented running back. We do have the pieces to put drives together and score points, and that's the biggest thing that our offense needs to do, because our defense, they typically do a very good job week in and week out. But it's our offense that kind of struggles from time to time. And I think watching FIU going out on that first drive, going to score, that's something that we're like, hey, okay, we actually have, we can still be in this. We don't have to just put our heads down and just, hope that we put a drive together by luck. But we can actually do it whenever we want to.
What is the difference in maybe the energy in the huddle when you're playing with confidence versus when you, like you just said, you're thinking, I hope we get in the end zone this time versus maybe more assertive?
It's more just having that mindset that hey, no matter what, whoever's in front of me, we're gonna go and attack them, no matter who it is. Just having no confidence, that kind of gives you I hope everything goes right. I hope what happened in practice is gonna happen in the game, because the game, anything can happen. But being in the game, having with confidence, you're like, okay, whatever happens, I'm gonna go, and no matter, even if I'm doing it wrong, I'm gonna go and destroy whoever's in front of me, you know. And I think that's kind of the mindset that we're really trying to implant into this program, again, because we're trying to change the culture here, because we're not trying to accept that losing culture anymore.
And what's it like in the offensive room when you know you're going up to face a team in North Texas that can put a lot of points on the board? Does that get y'all amped up to, you know, try and match them punch for punch, or what's the mindset?
Most definitely, we know that we need to help our defense out and that it's going to be a scoring game. So as an offense, we're like, hey, we need to pick it up a lot because we've been slacking throughout this season. So it kind of gives us a little motivation, you know, this week. And I mean, it should be like that every week. But now that we know we're settled down, the freshmen, you know, they finally got their first start. You know, and they've calmed down a little bit. Now we can just settle back in and just focus on our little things, our task, our 1 and 11, and just go out there each and every drive and expect to score.
Talk about the young quarterbacks, Marshall and Green.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we've seen little of them, like what do you guys see?
Man, just to start off with Evan, like last week I had full trust in Evan. You know, from the moment he got here, he has been working. It didn't start last week whenever, you know, he got put in randomly because Sean got hurt, but it started the moment he got here. He has been working since day one, and he continues to work. And that's why I think that's why the whole offense had complete trust in Evan, because we knew this is what he works for, you know. And then Wiley Green, you know, he's young, but he has like great, just tremendous talent. Like he can sit in the pocket. His arm is amazing, and once he gets to settle down, gets to, you know, get the feel for the college football experience, he's gonna be really good.
Talk about what it's like to work with as I said, live on. Like when you get eye contact, and you really don't have to say a whole lot, but spot you out and says, okay, you get to your spot, ball will be there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we haven't got that connection yet. You know, he did just start playing, but that's somebody I know who's going to pick it up real quick. Like, he could probably have it within this week. You know, it's a good feeling because you know, like, all right, I do my assignment. He's going to read through his progressions, and if I'm going to be there expecting him to give me the ball, and if it's meant to be to me, he's not going to miss me, or he's going to be doing his assignment to where, like, we will connect, you know. And it takes time to grow that connection, but really I feel I have, you know, Wiley is somebody who will easily pick up on that and will work towards it.
Hey, Jordan, you don't have to be nice to Elijah because he's in the room. But in reference to how hard and well the defense is playing, I know you guys look from the sideline just seeing my defense is at their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to kind of help and kind of talk to us about that perspective of the game for you being an offensive player.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have a good defense. But like I said, the game, you know, it's more than just, you know, oh, you have a good defense. You have to have a good special teams. You have to have a good defense. You have to have a good, nice, rolling, consistent offense. And that's just something that we have to pick up. Defense has been doing what they're supposed to do. Offense have kind of been putting them in very, like, tough situations a lot of times. So a lot of it kind of falls on us. So that's, again, where we kind of have to come back and look at ourselves as an offensive unit and realize what do we need to figure out, what 1 and 11 job that we need to do, and what exactly we need to, like, fix moving forward so that we can help our defense out.
Anything else? Thanks, Jordan.
Well, just like Jordan said, you know, we're not exactly where we want to be in the season, and you know, but throughout the season, I can see a lot of young guys stepping up. You know, guys stepping in their roles and feeling more comfortable in their roles, and that's just something that really excites me, you know, about the future, and just seeing that guys are just, you know, starting to make plays that they know they can make, and we're not where we want to be, but you can see the guys are definitely working to help us get to a winning record.
How have all the freshmen guys improving, Antonio? How they maybe changed the vibe, energy on that defense?
You can definitely see, like, when they first got their starting roles, like, it was a lot of guys didn't know how to, like, react to it at first. Like, okay, like, how are they going to do? You know, this is their first
starts or whatever, but they quickly adapted to the college game. You know, it was a lot faster, and that was one thing I was a little worried about, and a couple other guys were. But you know, seeing them the way they play, you know, the way Prudy he goes and attacks the ball is just it's really exciting to see. Like he's going to become a great lockdown back in the future. So.
How much are you having to, I'm sorry, let me ask you that again. How much are you having to talk to and help the freshmen along? Looks like they kind of stepped up the pace, but I'm sure you want to add some of your leadership in this as well.
I mean, for me, it's like if I can, you know, lead by example and just try to just show younger guys that if you just try to do the right thing and just, you know, listen to what these coaches have to say, then, you know, you'll be successful in the field. You'll make plays. And I guess I've learned the less you stop chasing plays and just do your job, the more that they'll come to you. And that, you know, if I could just lead by example and show these younger guys that if they do it the right way, then they can do it too.
Can you talk a little bit about that North Texas offense and what challenge that presents to the defense this week?
Or the quarterback Mason Fine, like we've been hearing about him the past couple of days, how good he is, and you know their offense is going to throw the ball a lot. So, you know, in the D line room, our coach has been preaching to us like we got to get to the quarterback. Like it's got to be relentless, you know, effort and pursuit to get to the quarterback because at the end of the day, that's their bread and butter. That's what they want to do, throw the ball. And you know, as a D line, if we can stop that, then it'll make it a lot harder for them.
How much has it been about just do your job, you know, up to this point? You just mentioned that. Just freshman, next man up, just do your job. Just talk about how much defense as an individual, as a unit, has said just do your job and everything else will take care of itself.
Well, when Coach Smith starts any meeting, he's always just talking about doing your job. You know, like it's like the most simple, I guess, coaching point you could ever make. Just if you do what I tell you, you know, you're going to be successful out there on the field. And you know, also too to add to that, like do your job but with like effort. You know, relentless effort and you know, and like passion what you're doing. Coach Cahoon always talking about your assignments. Like it's not going to be perfect, but your assignment and technique are not always going to be perfect, but your effort can be perfect. So that's something you can control, and that's something that's up to you.
Talk about playing next to Zach. We get some attention. That's freed you up, but you still made plays. How do y'all work together at defensive line?
You know, playing with Crum, it's been great. You know, he's an older guy, and he's someone who I always ask, like, what is he doing? You know, I always ask what he does to prepare. You know, what kind of steps he takes during the game, and just his mindset, you know, going out there. I'm glad that, you know, guys like him and Rowe and Grayson have, you know, essentially like taken, you know, me and some of the younger guys, you know, under their wing and developing as, you know, D linemen and just learning from them has been great, and I think it's helped my game a lot.